Greetings, Minecrafters. There's Hamlet right there. And welcome to another fabulous episode on another Minecraft episode on all things well-being. This is Dr. Kimberly Quinn with our goats in northern Vermont, ready and so happy to talk about, oh my God, so much here, on gratitude as a windshield wiper. There's Hamlet and King Lear there. King Lear's been the troublemaker going into the woods. So there he goes. And over here is Caesar. Okay, so here we go. Gratitude is a windshield wiper. Think about how much sense this makes. Because, it's a little windy. Sorry, I'm going to go up here where it's a little less windy. It makes sense because think about the slime that's on a windshield wiper. This happens to be a beautiful day, but up here, well, every day is a beautiful day to me, right? But let's just say it's a rainy day or one of those big trucks. I'm not a fan of big trucks, actually. And they go by you and they do that sploosh thing on your window shield. And it's, muddy and wet and grimy. And if you've ever broken a windshield wiper, you know what it's like because you have to stop and pull over a lot. So it's amazing. Think of what the grime is. Think of like you get splooshed by a truck. Think of what the grime is. So the grime is, it's Wednesday, and let's pick a different day because for Champlain it's a well-being day. Let's say it's Thursday. I want to stay away from Monday because it's so classic. It's Thursday, and oh no, I have back-to-back meetings, or I have back-to-back classes, and then my only gap in the middle, and I have like 3 meetings, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's, so the day is already crappy before you started it, or you started it and then it got crappy. And so that's part of the grime, and then gratitude comes, and we start saying grateful things in our heads. I'm grateful for my eyesight and the fact that I can, hear, and the fact that I'm here at this fantastic place. Even if you don't like your workplace, there might be a friend there, or some sort of something you can hang on to. Or if you have the day off, right? Or day off is coming, we should say. We can and bring some gratitude. If nothing else, thank you that I'm breathing and I woke up today. Bonus. Think of the alternative, right? And there's also more grime. There's the grime that's, oh no, like just all the typical oh no crapola that happens during the day. And then there's also all the ego stuff. There's all the ego stuff because the ego tells us that we need to be right. So just like a good windshield wiper, that need to be right just gets swept away. Just gets swept away because kindness is better than being right. The ego is telling us that we've got to, puff that chest up and be right about it all. So gratitude does a swipe. We can take a deep breath and allow our authentic self to slide over into the driver's seat and look out that very clear window that we don't need to be right. We just don't need to be right. And that kind of leads to another one, more grime, is the need to have the glory or even take it from somebody, right? But to have the glory, which can be a little different than need to be right. They can overlap for sure. But let's say it's getting the credit for putting on a party, or I don't know, something else that isn't about being right. And so somebody sort of assumes that they did most of it. Who cares? Who really cares? Let them have the glory. That stuff tends to, typically work out for itself. So here comes the gratitude wiper. Thank you that I was able to be a part of whatever party putting together. Thank you that they were celebrating this person. Maybe it's their birthday, maybe it's their retirement, maybe it's just some really cool thing they did, and you're at I think we have these a lot at Champlain, like little finger foodie art things where somebody went on sabbatical or did some amazing artwork and then they have a thing and they show it off. Well, wow, thanks that I can be at this, especially if you're getting paid to be there. Like, cool, right? Or it's not a work thing and it's a family thing, and somebody got all the credit in the family for putting on the nice Thanksgiving dinner or something. Who cares? Who really cares? And if you do care, it's not to shame anybody, but just realize that you're on a good path. Because if it's bothering you and you get that it's bothering you, realize that that's the ego, because the authentic self doesn't need to be filled up in that way. The authentic self feels good as he or she or they are. They just don't need that. And we're not saying that it doesn't feel good to be appreciated. Of course it does. Of course it does. It feels wonderful to be appreciated. The difference is the authentic self doesn't go looking for it. It just kind of just kind of happens. And then, of course, it feels good. It authentically feels good. So, okay, so we have the windshield, gratitude. We're going to fill up our day with gratitude, and then the packed schedule and the rest of it, that frustration will dissipate. The need to be the need to be right can be overruled for the need to be kind. With the gratitude wiper, start showing kindness. Like, I'm just grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. If nothing else, again, I'm grateful for breathing and seeing, be able to stand up and walk and hug people with my arms, all that sort of thing. And then the ego thing with the glory. Swipe, swipe, swipe. I'm grateful for being able to be part of said event or whatever it is. I'm grateful to be able to be here to watch somebody else. I thought it was going to be me being able to present, and it wasn't, because somebody else got chosen. But I'm grateful to be able to be here and take in all this information, and maybe with people I value and revere and all of that. Another thing, so gratitude wipers, right, is that the ego tells us we're separate from others, and we're not. And we are divine beings, all wearing a different outfit. We're all connected, right? Whatever we do to other people, we do to ourselves. And when the ego does that, we're a separate thing. It often has us feeling like we have to compete, like the rest of this stuff we just said. When we're separate, we have to compete. We have to be right. We have to have the glory. All of this stuff. That's all ego. It's not the authentic self at all. It's a false self, and that stunts our growth. It doesn't help us grow. It's no good. And so the gratitude thing, the wiper, is the ideal antidote for the ego. It's the ideal antidote for the ego. So you want to make sure you have a good gratitude wiper. I know I've had some windshield wipers that had outstayed their welcome or something like that. You want to get a really good windshield wipers, metaphorically speaking, and have that gratitude wiper swipe off the grimy stuff. I also like the analogy to the windshield wiper. Oh, I gotta do a shout out for this because it's not mine. Our daughter Shani came home this morning from having a fabulous weekend with her friend Becca in Burlington, and they went to Becca's church. I think it's called New King, and the minister's name was Ben. So she came home saying, Mama, you're gonna love the sermon today. It was about this. And they do things differently because we're Catholic, and I loved how loosey-goosey, and she said I love being Catholic too. It was just that this was different. It was cool. And he talked about this whole gratitude as a windshield wiper thing. And so I got to give Ben from New King Church in Burlington a shout out. Also, then I kind of chimed in and she said, oh my gosh, that's exactly what he said at the end, which is God, the source, the universe, however you describe the higher power for yourself. The thing is, if we're not, kind of using our gratitude wiper to toss aside the grime and look through this clear glass towards all the goodness out there, God, the source, the universe, stops sending it your way. Because think about it. If you can't handle what you have, why would it send you more? It doesn't make any sense. So when we have the good wipers, the gratitude wipers, and can see crystal clear what's all the good, all the amazing, amazing things, the serendipity, all of it, we can see it. We can see the fabulous abundance we have. Oh, it's hunting season. I'm going to have to go get those guys in a second. King Lear's one that looks like a deer, or actually more like a moose. But I gotta go get the guys in a second. So the whole thing is, if you want more abundance to come into your life, it's like you've got to get the wipers out to push away the grime and be grateful and see and be grateful for what you have. Otherwise, again, it doesn't make much sense to give you more. And also remember to swipe away the abundance guilt, because it's infinite abundance. You can just say that to yourself. I'm infinitely abundant, and watch it just land in your lap. Because it's not like if we have so many good things happen to us that it takes away from anyone else. It's infinite. We're a grain of sand on a ginormous infinite beach, right? So there's enough abundance to go around for everybody. So gratitude as a windshield wiper. Swipe away your ego so you can have crystal clear, authentic vision. This is Kimberly Quinn signing off from Northern Vermont. Have a mindful day.